Hello, everyone. A very good evening to you all. I hope you're all having a very good day. Like previous day, we will be discussing a speaking test question today also, and directly we'll move on to the second part of the part one, to the questions part, the IELTS speaking test. And today's topic is languages. How many languages can you speak? I can speak three languages: Tamil, Malayalam, and English. I can also understand a bit of Hindi, but I'm not able to. I cannot speak fluently Hindi. I can speak Malayalam and Tamil fluently, and also English to an medium professional level. And I do not know exact. Write Malayalam without making mistakes. I make mistakes now and then, but I can write in Malayalam also. In speaking fluently, it's Malayalam, Tamil, and English. How useful will English to be in your future? As I'm trying to immigrate to an English speaking country, English will be definitely of great use there. So I'm trying to enhance my English communication skills because in all the jobs that I will be trying to get, English will be the main will play the main role. Wherever I go, English will always be the major role, play the major role to get a job or to continue working in a job. Even when interacting with some customer service, I really need English, so definitely English will be play a major role in the future. How do you remember about learning languages at school? At school, we had like four languages: English, Malayalam, Tamil, and Hindi. Malayalam I learned by myself because I am interested to learn the language. Hindi I was forced to learn, and as we do not speak in Hindi, I do not understand so much that the miss tries to speak with us in the class. Most of the time, we really sit blinking in front of her. But it was good that I learned Hindi also. I can understand a bit of Hindi just because I learned the language at the school. I can write and I can read Hindi, but to speak fluently, I do not have a exact partner to practice speaking in Hindi. But I watch Hindi movies now and then. I can understand that. So learning language Tamil is my mother tongue, so I didn't find many difficulty learning Tamil at school. And we had a rule that if we do not speak in English, we had to pay a fine at school. So that helped us to improve our English communication. So that's how we learned all the languages at school. What do you think would be the hardest language for you to learn? Now I'm trying to learn a bit of Arabic as my daughter is having Arabic classes here. It's not very easy for me because I know the letters, I can write, but every time when they pronounce it, I find it hard to understand what the word is because the way they pronounce and the way we pronounce, I mean, we try to pronounce is very different. And even if I learn to read and write, I'm not very sure whether I'll be able to speak the Arabic language because the pronunciation is very different from Tamil, Malayalam, or English, or the languages that I know. So Arabic is one of the hardest languages I have tried to learn. Now we'll move on to the part two session. Describe a website that you bought something from. You should say what the website is, what you bought from this website, how satisfied you were with what you bought, and explain what you liked or disliked about using this website. I most of the things online nowadays because due to the pandemic, we normally order things online. But when I went home during December, we ordered a few things online in Amazon in India. Most of the time, we prefer Amazon because the customer service, delivery ratings, and the quality of customer service is really good compared to Flipkart and eBay. The frequency, the time they take to respond to our email is it's very fast. The time taken is very less, and they reply very quickly. So the Amazon, we buy most of the things on Amazon, and we bought a few dresses, and a few dresses for me and my sister. She bought two kurtis and I also bought a few. And with my dresses were all perfect. It was as I was looking for a free size kurti, it was very good for me. But for her, the colors that she selected a light pink dress, but the one she got was a red color. There was a difference in the color, and the material that she selected was, she wanted cotton and she got some nylon kind of material. So there she we are not satisfied with the product. But for me, I was not very much worried about the quality. I mean, the product, I mean cotton or material type. So my color is also okay with my it's okay for me. I am satisfied with that. But for my sister, the things we bought is not up to the our satisfaction. It was color was a bit dull, and it's not the actual material she ordered. It's entirely different from the material she expected to be delivered. So that's the thing. The colors, most of the times when you order online, we cannot be more specific. We cannot be specific about. We'll get the exact color we order. The images that are displayed might be very attractive, but when we get the things in our hand, it may not be attractive as shown in the image. So those are the things that I dislike about using the websites to buy things. But in terms of convenience and during this pandemic, it's really safe to order things and get it delivered at home. And convenience, it really matters. We can select all the things staying in our home. We do not have to travel far away to go and select the products and go in a crowded area where we don't get the privacy to select, and the time consumption is very high. When we select at our on the convenience of our home, it's we can take our own time to select it. But when we go to a shop, there are limitations in time. So uh, those are the things that I like about selecting things from an online website. But the only thing is the color and the quality and the material type. We cannot be specific. We cannot get the exact thing what we expect unless the company that is selling the product is very specific about the product they mention and the display. So that's all. We'll move on to the part three discussion topic: shopping online. What kind of things do people in your country often buy from online shops? In my country, most of the time people buy only mostly dresses, and sometimes the things which we do not get in our ordinary shops, we get it delivered by from the website. Because um, most of the things that come as advertisements or first come we can get it first online, and only then it will be available widely in the shops. So but most of the people deliver home only buy dresses from the online shops. Why do you think online shops have become so popular nowadays? Nowadays, because of this pandemic, people are afraid to go out and buy things from normal shops. Also, the convenience, they do not have to spend more time. No, they do not have to spend a lot of spend their energy to go. If it's to a shopping mall, they have to pack up all the things and take all the kids and go travel to the place, car, fuel, all these come into consideration. And the crowded place, and as of now it's not safe to go to a crowded place. So that's why online shopping has become more popular nowadays. What are some possible disadvantages of buying things from online shops? Disadvantages, while we are discussing in the session 2, I mentioned that the color and the quality of the material was not up to our expectation. So that's the only thing I feel the most. Because if the seller is not a what verified seller, and if he is a fraud person, we may get end up losing our money. But in terms of Amazon, they have refund policies, so most of the time we won't be losing your money. They guarantee a product, or they verify the seller, and so the product will be delivered guarantee. They will guarantee the delivery of the product. But in some cases we may not be very sure. But still, when we opt to buy high cost products, costly products in online, I prefer not to. Because uh, when when we go to a shop, we are very sure the shop won't be going away the next day. But when it comes to online shops, we're not very sure whether the product will be delivered without any problem. And the as I said, the color and the product display color and the product's real color will not be the same, and sometimes the quality also may differ. So these are the possible disadvantages of buying things from online shops. The culture of consumerism. Why do many people today keep buying things which they do not need? Some people get attracted to few things because of seeing advertisements and some high quality promotional offers. So when we see offers, we really tend to get more attracted to the product even if we do not need the product. Sometimes we think that we will be using the product, so we will buy it, but after buying we will get used to it, and so we will not use the product. It will be stay For example, if we say a treadmill, when we buy it, we'll be having it in mind that we will practice daily, and then we are going to reduce our weight in 6 months time. But after buying the treadmill at home, we will feel okay, we'll do it tomorrow, and we'll keep postponing, and we'll not be using that. So it maybe few things were of need, but we will not use it because we are lazy. But few things we buy it just because we are attracted to it. In the initially we get attracted, and that's why we buy it. But most of the time we may not need the actual thing at home because we have an extra. The same thing will be available at home without. But we may get attracted to this, and so we might end up buying things that we don't need. Do you believe the benefits of a consumer society outweigh the disadvantages? Can you repeat the question? Do you believe the benefits of a consumer society outweigh the disadvantages? Consumer society, they're meant for the rights of the customer consumers, and sometimes the disadvantages we cannot explain it to the consumer society, because some disadvantages we can only get to know it after we buy the product. After buying and using the product, we can know about the disadvantages. In that cases, we cannot mention it, we cannot blame the product, because um, we opted to buy the product without the guarantee, and so in that case we cannot get the benefits of a consumer society. But if they have mentioned something like that as guarantee, and then we can get the benefits of a consumer society and to get it replaced, or if there are any repairs or damages when you after you get it delivered to our home, then we can use the rights of a consumer society. How possible is it to avoid the culture of consumerism? We cannot avoid the culture of consumerism because we are naturally attracted to new things that we see daily. So it's not possible, but if we limit our expenses for on a daily basis or on a monthly basis, we might end up we might stop spending unnecessary things. So that's how we can avoid the culture of consumerism. But most of the time we cannot avoid. When we want to buy some high costly things, we might stop ourselves. But when our kids ask for a high costly item, and we pay as parents, we do not think much of spending so much on some products that our kids really want us to buy. So in that case we might not be able to avoid, but yes, we can if we have a limit in spending on a monthly basis, and if we have a check point which we should not cross for the better of family, then we can be able to avoid the culture of consumers. I know the questions are really a bit tough today, and I was not able to answer in the way I expected. But maybe if such questions come for the real test, we might be able to answer something like this, but we may not be able to answer properly. But don't worry, as long as you talk fluently and you explain your concerns, now and then. But now and then, if you keep practicing, you will be able to score high if you're trying for an exam like this. So that's all for today. We will be seeing with another session another day. Thank you.